He is not Daniel, sir. He is Pranav. Okay. So we all are live on YouTube.
Yeah, that's good. Okay,
So
so
yeah, let's begin with the podcast.
yeah, so what about Daniel? So is he going to
So
come
yeah,
now?
Daniel is joining. He's joining. Let's wait for him. So basically today's topic is roadmap to become a full stack developer with Daniel. Our special guest that is Daniel and he's a full stack developer. He will going to tell about the roadmap to become a full stack developer in 2021 and how he gained the skills of full stack web development and development. So yeah, he'll tell about the roadmap and journey about him, like how he become a full stack developer and the roadmap. So let's wait for him. Till then you can introduce yourself.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, who? Me?
yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay,
Tanmay.
Pranav, you can.
Okay, yeah. Guys, I'm Pranav. Okay, I'm a freelancer and I'm also doing my engineering first year. And if y'all are like interested in coding to learn coding or anything, I guess we have Darshan here who teaches. Even I teach front end, but Darshan can teach you back end also. Like he teaches basically a full stack development. He even has a course. And that's it from my side. Okay, have you all introduced yourself? Tanmay and Darshan.
I will.
Yes.
So yeah, my name is Tanmay and I'm a 16-year-old Python and a full stack developer. And I started as a 3D model and animator in 2018, where I used to create some models and animations. And then in 2019, I started with game development, where I used to create short or like casual games with Unity and C#. And then in 2020, I learned all the like Python, web development, Django, Flask, and also generated many new skills and interests. So yeah, that's my introduction.
That's great. So that's really great. So now I'll introduce myself. So my name is Darshan and I am a full stack web developer and a Python full stack developer and a mentor teaching people to code. I am teaching full stack web development and Python full stack development. Currently I am working in two companies as far as I know. Like in one company that is Geeks for Geeks, I'm working as a content creator and a student ambassador. And in the second company, I'm working as a content creator and an instructor for one course and I'm starting my own startup. I'm a founder and CEO of Software Technologies, starting my own startup that is a client-based and a product-based company. And yeah, hosting podcasts with some special guests on every Friday at 6 p.m. IST. So that was my introduction. That's it about me.
That's great.
Yes, thanks. So tell us about yourself and your learning journey.
Okay. Yeah,
What?
I'll begin with it.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So I learned. I have a lot of mentors. So Darshan is one of them. Darshan and a lot of other people mentored me in front end basically, and I'll be working. I'm planning to do full stack web development, and that's it. I haven't planned it out. There are a lot of options, right? There are a lot of options out there. So you have to just think about it. Okay, think about it, see what option suits you, and then go ahead. Yeah, that's.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's really good. So what about your learning journey, Tanmay?
So yeah, I also started with YouTube and Google. Also a self-taught developer, so I learned from YouTube and Google also. And then yeah, I just I was scrolling over like YouTube and I ended up like being on a programming page where I learned Python and yeah, web development. Also, I got interested in Python just because of automation. Like we can create some bots or automation with Python. So that's why I learned Python for automation. And then yeah, the journey started from like automation to full stack development to a full stack web developer. So yeah, that's the journey for me.
Okay, that was a cool journey. So yeah, so like we are talking about the learning journey, so I'll tell about my learning journey also. So the thing is that like my learning journey has been started in 2020's lockdown. When COVID hits the world, I get to know about like I was so boring kind of guy. Like I get bored like very easily. So I like just was scrolling YouTube. At that time, like one video of programming and coding appeared. So yeah, like I just click on that. I just seen like what is programming, what is coding, how you can start programming, how you can make your own websites, web apps. So with that said, like I just choose first programming language, my first programming language that was Python. Like it was in train that time, and like I just learned about Python programming language, some basics and advanced stuff by taking some courses on or from YouTube. Like YouTube, we can call like YouTube is the best resource for learning anything. So I just learned from YouTube and taking some course. So after that, I get to know about like Python concepts and fundamentals. So after that, like I just made some projects by myself, like this is an like tic-tac-toe game or something basic projects. Like at that time, I was a complete beginner. I didn't know about programming, what is coding, and how you can code and stuff. So just learn more. After learning more, I've practiced it more. Okay, I've practiced more. I've learned more about that. I've created my projects by myself by not seeing any tutorial and something like that. So after getting to know about that, so I was like very clear about that. So my concepts were clear, my fundamentals were clear. I was like perfect in that. So after that, I thought that let's start mentoring people. Like there are also some people who wants to learn Python programming language or any programming language. So I just started mentoring, and I don't care about this age and stuff, this degree and stuff. I just care about the skills. And in this world, like just skills matter, age doesn't matter. So I just started with a blind eye. So after starting with that thing, then I just learned about all the stuff and practice more, and I just started mentoring. In the first course I didn't get many clients, but when I do some, like I practiced more, I've done some digital marketing and stuff. So after that I get clients. After getting clients, I collect testimonials from them, like how do I teach, what's my skills and stuff. They give me testimonials. Then I just like serve the testimonials everywhere. Then clients join us. So that's what like I started with programming. Then I got to know about web development, like what is websites, how you can create your own websites. Then I started with that. I've learned web development in my way, created projects, created some basic websites, templates and stuff, then started and like just launched my own course of full stack web development, Python full stack development, and full stack development. So these three courses are in the market till now of mine. This was my learning journey.
Oh, that's amazing.
That's great.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Really thanks. So
So
what
yeah,
projects you are
how
all doing?
um
Exactly
for
as
now I'm not
Darshan
doing.
mentioned, like, how did he start, like, blindfoldly he just started it and then he learned many things. That's exactly, like, it's the matter, like, where you start. Okay, a lot of people wait, they think about a lot of stuff. Okay, but people who started and learn from their failures. It's either you win or you learn. Okay, there's nothing called failure or you lose. So you have to start somewhere. That's the main thing. Okay. If you don't start, you will be sitting back somewhere. And people who have just started, fallen, and learned from their mistakes, they will move further. Okay. So just keep in mind, you have to start some point or the other. So that there'll be a lot
Yeah,
of
that's
people
true.
who will be telling you, like, you are still at a young age. This is not your time, or this is not the right thing to do at this moment. You just have to study on your, focus on school or college or your university, wherever you are. But you have to focus on that also. But as well as side hustle, as a side hustle, you should do all these things. You gain a lot of experience. You will develop those soft skills and various other things in life.
Yeah. If you didn't start, or like if you didn't start coding and think that yeah, coding is not for me, I'm very young to learn coding or to do projects, then yeah, we would be not here like coding our own projects or like making our websites. We wouldn't be here if we didn't start. And yeah, so everyone has to start from zero. Like there is no people that who starts from 100, and everyone is start from zero. So yeah, you have to start somewhere to like achieve something.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
how a kid is born, he doesn't just starts walking. It takes about a year to slowly crawl and then stand on his leg, stand on his legs and start walking. So everyone, even I, Darshan or Tanmay, at some point of the other, were like you guys, starting thinking about it. So just start it's not only about coding. You want to start anything, you have to
Mhm.
start from zero to achieve something at the end.
Yeah, that's true.
I
Hello.
guess Darshan is stuck probably. I can see Tanmay.
Yeah, actually his video is not. Yeah, his video is gone. Can you able to see
He might
Darshan?
be. No, even not. I'm not able to see the video is off. I guess network issues probably. Okay, he's back.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's back.
Actually,
So
what we were doing, like we
Daniel
were
is,
waiting for Daniel. We were waiting
yeah,
for
he's joining
Daniel,
us.
but yeah, but
He's
at the
joining us.
last time we added you.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay,
he's
so
joining us.
he's joining. Oh, that's great. So
Yes,
is
he's
he
joining
there?
us. He's just preparing.
Did he reply
Yeah, is
or
he
not?
there? He's joining.
Okay.
Yes.
So
So
are
yeah,
we still live on YouTube? Like it shows 11 minutes and live.
we are live on YouTube.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, so this was your amazing learning journey, and that was my amazing life journey. So like most of people tell about experience, like you have experience, your age is not that much, and you are not having that much skill. So it doesn't matter. Like see, I also gained some messages or something like that. You are doing this much in this young age. Can you teach me? Like how do you do this? How you do that job and stuff. So I don't matter like that. Like I just matter the skills. We have skills. You can go forward. That matter
Yeah.
first of all. And there's like some restrictions also, like below 18 cannot like apply on freelancing sites, under 18 and something that can't. That happened with me. Like there is some freelancing site, so I just applied on that. That thing happened with me. But I now what can I tell now? But I don't care about that. I will move forward. I will not see anywhere. I will move forward with my team. Like I started a startup called client based and a product based company, and it is okay. Daniel is here. Okay.
Um, Actually, I can
Hey
recognize.
Daniel. Hey Daniel.
Okay.
How
Hey
is it going,
Darshan.
bro?
Uh,
It's going pretty good. How's everyone doing?
We are doing good.
Good,
All are
good.
doing
That's good
good.
to hear. Perfect. I love hearing all that. Good,
Finally,
nice.
man, you're here.
Nice. This is gonna be fun. This is really cool. Okay. Just gonna
Yeah.
check something
uh,
out.
So yeah, so I think so. We should start because like it is almost 12 minutes
yeah,
now. We should start with the podcast, Daniel.
yeah. We should begin.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So with that said, Daniel is over here. And Daniel, introduce yourself to all our audience.
Okay. So hey everyone, my name's Daniel. If you guys didn't know, and I am a full stack developer who's been doing this kind of development for about the last couple of years. I'm actually doing I don't know if you guys heard or know Rishi Patel, but he's a another great developer I've been working with, and currently we're working on a course and called Freelancer Pro, and it's been really a lot of fun, and love being able to share full stack development content with everyone on Instagram. If you haven't seen like my Instagram posts, also been doing a lot of tutoring and have also helped clever programmer do some stuff as well. And it's been a lot of fun. It's been a great ride so far, and happy to continue this journey and be able to tell you guys a lot of stuff that I've done so far.
Okay,
Okay.
that's really great.
So what
Tell us
was
about
your first
your like learning
first
journey.
programming language?
Oh, my
Yeah, yeah, tell
learning
us.
journey. Well,
Yeah.
um, this is something that I've been doing for a little while. Last year, 2020 was the year that I really got into it again, because before that I did some development stuff before. I did some stuff like Python, but it was like on and off. I didn't really stick to it. But once COVID really hit, and it was around April 2020, and Clever Programmer, I'm sure you guys know who Clever Programmer is. He had the very first 5 day JavaScript challenge. They've done these 5 day JavaScript challenges where they have you build these applications, and then whoever got the most points basically won. And doing that challenge got me back into it like heavily again, and it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot. I met some great people from that challenge, and from there I was able to actually get into the program for JavaScript course, where I learned probably the most that I've ever learned before in the longest time. And it was a lot of fun being in that course, because from there I actually became one of the success coaches for a while, helping out a lot of the college, helping a lot of the other students who would join into the course as well. And it was a lot of fun. Didn't expect to be able to do that, but it was really worth it, and I had so much fun being able to do that. After that though, kind of deviated a little bit away from that, and started doing tutoring outside of Clever Programmer, where I use like the Ysam platform, then through like of course like Instagram and just the basic social media tools. I was able to contact people, land clients, not just for tutoring, but I'm currently also working on some freelancing projects too, and also making the connection with Rishi to start creating this course. And it's been a crazy journey. It's had its up and downs, where I sometimes I get stumped, like we all face through that, but we eventually get through those little stumps and really thrive. And it's been a really good journey learning. I'm still not done learning. There's still so much that I can learn, and everyone can learn. So it's been good, and this journey is not going to end just yet.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
yeah.
an
So,
like really interesting
which was
journey
your
over
first
here.
programming language?
Oh, what is it?
What was your first programming language?
First programming language? Um, possibly Python. Python was probably the first one, because that was the first thing I saw Clever Programmer post on, and it really intrigued me. So I watched one of his videos on it, and then I believe I joined one of his Python courses, and I built like some apps with it. After that though, I kind of stopped coding for a bit, but because it's on and off with school. But the main language that I really got focused on after that, of course, was JavaScript, and then of course use
Hello.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, you're audible.
no, Daniel is audible to you.
No, Daniel is
Uh,
not audible. Daniel, you are
uh,
not audible.
I can't hear.
I think you are on mute.
Hey, hey. Yeah, he is muted, I think. Okay. Um. I can't hear you. Oh shit. Okay.
You're not audible,
Um.
Daniel. Hello.
Daniel. Hey, bro. Oh shit. Okay. You're not audible, bro. And
Hey, Daniel, you're not audible, bro. I think you're on mute.
yeah, he is muted actually.
No, no. 1 minute. I'll see.
No, no. Hey, Daniel, we can't hear you. We can't hear you. Uh, shit. We can't hear you, bro. Okay.
Daniel, you are
Okay.
on mute or you are having network issues. You are not audible. Type in the comment box what happened.
Yeah, yeah. I'm typing in the chat box.
Okay, I think he was having some network issues.
Yeah. Okay, so who is joining now? Is
No,
he
no, he's not
Daniel?
joining. Pranav is here.
Okay. Oh,
Yes, he'll join again, Daniel.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, we were at like he was telling about his learning journey. So let's see.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah, yeah. Pranav, your video is not visible to us.
No, it is still loading.
Yes. Okay, Daniel just came.
No, I can't see. Okay.
Okay, there we go. Yeah, I just couldn't hear you guys for a second, so I had to leave and join back in. Um,
Yeah.
okay, but yeah,
You were
JavaScript
yeah,
is definitely the main language.
So
yeah.
yeah, you
So
started.
as far as I know, like you were working in Clever Programmer as a success coach and a Wizen tutor, right? So tell us about your journey. Yeah, that's what.
Oh,
How
okay,
do
yeah.
you got a job at Clever Programmer? Yeah.
Oh, so yeah, that I heard about that through, of course, they have a special Slack channel where everyone probably JavaScript can discuss about topics. They have like questions on anything. They can always ask their things like that. And the people who created the success coaches, of course, Rishi. No, Rishi's amazing. Love that dude. He was really like the head of everything. He was the one that kind of got success coaches set up. Him, David, and Kiska and a couple of others. And they had said they were hosting interviews. I was like, why not? I'd love to give it a shot. And I joined the interview they were having, which it was a nice interview meeting all of them, and we were going. It was just a little bit of a process where you had to solve like an algorithm just to kind of test out your skills, stuff like that, just to see where you're at skill wise. Because as a success coach, you got to be able to have the skills and what you need to teach others. And it went really great. A few days after anxious trying to learn hear back from him about it, I was told I was given a job, which was awesome. And being a success coach for the time that I was, it was really really great. Had a lot of fun working with a lot of the other amazing success coaches like Amanath, especially with Rishi as well. Um, very knowledgeable guys and know a lot, and it's always fun talking and learning from them. And definitely a lot more out of my comfort zone. I learned how to get better with speaking. I mean, doing the live calls, helping teach all the great students in the course, helping answer anyone's questions, and helping get a lot of things set up for the course as well. It was a lot of fun, and definitely a great part of where I am right now. Definitely a big part of it. Taught me so much. And but what's also really helped me more than anything was becoming a Ant tutor. And Ant, great platform. There's many other platforms because it's really a US based platform, I believe, which kind of has some limits. But there's many other great platforms like Rate Per Hour, I believe. I think it's actually called People Per Hour. There's a couple other good platforms to start on. Um, but that really got me out of my comfort zone because it really got me to get comfortable with speaking to a lot of people. Honestly, it's a lot of fun. I still keep tutor on Where's That now. Really fun meeting all these different people and helping them with all the different problems they come with, whether they're trying to learn something new or they're trying to figure out a solution to their project. It's always fun being able to dive into it and being able to communicate with them and really connect one on one, like at a personal level with them while doing the coding and everything. So it's been a fun journey. It's had some hard times where, of course, you, one sometimes may not work properly with some clients, and that's just how it is. Sometimes you're gonna run into those people you may not instantly work right away with. It just happens, but that's okay. That's just one little stump. You'll have so many other great clients. Just you got to keep pushing through. But yeah, that's a lot of my journey so far with how I was being a success coach and currently right now being a tutor on Wise.
Wizen. Yeah. That was
Yeah,
a really amazing journey, Daniel. Like it was a really amazing journey. Like how do you got from like success coach at Clever Programmer to Wizen tutor teaching people to code? That was and really amazing. So like today's
yeah, it was a
podcast
lot.
topic is like yeah, roadmap to become a full stack web developer with our special guest that is Daniel Jimenez, So what's your thought on roadmap to become a full stack developer? Like what things and concepts you can clear to become a roadmap to become a full stack web developer or a full stack developer?
Okay.
Over to you, Daniel.
Okay, so when it comes to that, full stack development, it's a very, very big topic. You can break down into multiple parts. Like, I kind of gave an example in a recent post I made about the quickest way to learn. And let me see. Okay, yeah. So with full stack development, you could break it down to like three key things. You got your front end, which is like HTML, CSS, JavaScript. You got back ends, which is like your Node.js or like Python. And then you got things like databases, stuff like that. You got to be able to figure out how to combine like those three are the biggest part of full stack development. You combine those three things, you'll create a full stack application. And the best way I recommend going about it is not trying to focus at all three at one time. Is just try to go at one piece at a time. I didn't learn databases right away or back end. It was front end. I put a lot of good focus into that, and I really understood HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. That I was able to build any kind of front end application that I want, and it's a really good and fun process. And I recommend checking out, like, I don't know, on Instagram, my posts where I talk about my 10-step process to the quickest way to learning. And trust me, it really is the quickest way to learn. And it's all about making sure you understand it's
Again,
going
you
to
are
make.
not audible.
I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So is it his problem or I think so? It is mine.
Okay, we
What?
should be okay now.
No,
Yeah, sorry about
yeah,
that.
yeah, yeah. No worries.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
But continuing on with that, you definitely don't try to overwhelm yourself because full stack development is a very, very big topic. It covers a lot of different types of development for sure. So don't overwhelm yourself. Take it one step at a time. It's the biggest part of it because if you overwhelm yourself, you're not gonna end up learning anything, and you're not gonna really get any progress out of it. Focusing one thing at a
That's
time.
true.
So like first focus on front end. Like front end is probably the biggest part everyone wants to learn because that's stuff everyone's gonna see. That I'd start off with break that down into learning HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Then break those down like almost like create like a curriculum where you break them down into different things that you're gonna do to accomplish mastering those topics. Doing that, it's gonna hype you up to really accomplish your goals and help you accomplish more. And it's gonna keep you going and without completely overwhelming yourself, you're gonna be having a lot of fun in the process. I've been having a lot of fun in the process. Yeah, of course, I have some stuck moments where I still get a little frustrated with certain topics because that's just part of development. You're always gonna be something that could stop you a little bit, but you'll get over that little stump and power through. But yeah, breaking it down into like a plan is a big part of it, and that's gonna allow you to learn a lot. And that's how I've done it. Once I really got a good grasp on front end, that's when I really started taking a stab at back end, where I got into Node.js and built like my first API, things like that. Is good practice to break it down to like modules, break it down Node.js into different things you want to learn, like how do you want to build like your first API, or how to upload images, and how to upload just files, things like that. Breaking it down into something that is understandable for you still, so that you could take it one step at a time and accomplish your task, your goal in mind, is a big part of it. And then that allowed me to get really comfortable with backend, and I was able to start combining front end to back end. And then I got into databases, where like there's a lot of options. You got like MongoDB, MySQL, PostgreSQL. You got a bunch of different options. You might be confusing which one to work with, and it just kind of depends on what kind of database you learn. Do you want to learn how to use a NoSQL database, which is like MongoDB, and NoSQL is just a fancy term for saying data is gonna be saved in the JSON format. SQL is like data stored in tables, stuff like that. But that's like besides the point. It just kind of depends on how you want to approach it, things like that. This is stuff where you do your own research to find what you want. Just don't listen to me. Figure out what you want to do, what's gonna make you happy and accomplish exactly what you want to achieve. and that's like the best advice I could give. I also recommend anyone with social media, like of course you have it because you are watching this right now, um, to check out Rishi Patel's Instagram, because he covers a lot of he covers a lot of roadmaps for like dedicated to front end, back end, and even databases, and he breaks it down really, really well. Like he helps you kind of understand like the different kinds of ways you could approach these things. And he's the guy I learned a lot from. He's very, very knowledgeable about what he does, and working with him right now, I've been learning so much more than I thought I ever could. And I recommend giving him a look if you can, because he covers so much good content. You'll learn so much more than from what I'm saying right now. But yeah, that's like my big approach to a full stack developer roadmap. You break it down to front end, back end, and like databases. Focus on one at a time, and you'll pick it up.
That's great. Like the roadmap, a complete and a fresh roadmap packed with the Daniel is here. So I hope
Also,
like
I
your
think
concepts
so.
are clear.
I think so. If you're a backend developer, for a backend developer, knowing some HTML, CSS, or JavaScript is very important. Because, like, if you want to show your backend project, you should have to present it to people. So you should know front end for a backend developer.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. Especially like
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You're right.
yeah, yeah.
That's what. So you are a full stack developer, right? Rather than front end or back end.
Yes, yes. Yeah, that's like
Okay, that's great.
that's 100% a big part of it. There we go.
Yes. So how do you started with that? Like you've told about the roadmap to become a full stack developer. So how do you started about that? Like how do you started and how do you got to know about full stack development? How you are a full stack developer right now? How you are teaching people to code on Wyzan and stuff?
Oh, okay, yeah. So that just kind of explaining a little bit on that. How I really got started was, well, because I knew some stuff before around like April 2020 was when I really started to learn a lot of what I know. Um I knew some stuff beforehand, but I really kind of was clueless on like how to set up JavaScript and connect it to HTML, and how to use like DOM stuff, all the fancy stuff in JavaScript. And how I learned was I knew Clever Programmer, of course. He's like the guy that really inspired me, like to do this. This is something I came across like an ad of his, and I was very, very inspired to get into development. And he actually has like a bunch of free crash course videos on his YouTube channel, and one of those being like a JavaScript crash course, was I think is like 8 hours long. I watched the whole thing, and he really breaks down the concepts really well, and I was able to understand everything he talked about. I was able to build all the projects he went through, which really hyped me up, because it was, I realized how much fun and how much I love doing it. And that's where I got into like front end at first. I didn't really think too much about full stack just yet, and I really got a love for front end development because I was learning so much about JavaScript and building some really, really cool projects connecting it to HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I even I think I even sent Kazi some videos like telling me how much I thank him and everything, stuff like that. I think he posted them on his Instagram story one time, and it really pumped me up, inspired me like to get into it even more. And that's where I found out about the 5-day JavaScript challenge, which it was to build this store locator with Google Maps, and it really focused on front end
Yeah.
because you had to know how to set up HTML, CSS, and a lot of it was JavaScript, because and it was really fun to be able to bring those all together, because I had a better understanding after watching the crash course video, but that helped drive it home because it covered a lot more concepts in a really, really nice way. Because Nas, who's one of the other instructors at Clever Programmer, is very, very knowledgeable as well, loves his job, very, very passionate and high energy guy. A lot of fun to work with, especially if you want to learn from someone who's not boring at all. Fucking Nas is the guy to listen to, because he's the complete opposite. He keeps you on your feet, and it was a lot of fun being in the course, working with him, being on his live calls. He was the one who was a big host of the 5-day JavaScript challenge, and learned a lot from him, and from there, started to be able to build stuff on my own, and it really helped give me that confidence in that I can do it. And once Profitable JavaScript came around, I really sharpened and honed down my front end skills, and that's where I got into back end development. And that's because of people like David Rakosi, really
Yeah,
great guy
David.
too.
Yeah,
Another, you know who David is, one of the other success coaches. He introduced and he loves using, I think, like MongoDB. Like him personally, backend is his love. Like he likes his front end, but
yeah,
he loves
that's
messing with
true.
data, and it's a lot of fun, right? So like either way, you'll have fun. It just kind of depends like what you want to do. You can even do both to be a full stack developer. Like it's you could specialize in either one, or you could kind of do both, kind of like what I'm trying to show you right now. And he really helped me get a good idea of what it is. Nas did too. He helped me build my very first API, which was just I think we were building like a COVID tracker at the time, where we set up an API to fetch COVID data, stuff like that. It was a really cool project that really introduced me into backend. And because I was
Yeah,
kind of uncomfortable, I didn't know where to get started, and that kind of helped light the fire. And from there, I've been able to start building my own backends, where I've been able to build a lot of cool different stuff, like something that processes uploaded images, because that's something that always helped me. Now I know how to upload images and stuff like that. Little things like that. It's really, really cool, and it's a lot of fun doing. And what
yeah.
was the biggest thing was building the bunch of different projects. I'm sure you guys have heard of Sony too. And
Sony.
Sony,
Yeah.
yeah, perfect. And he posted a lot of React content on Clever Programmer, and he even did full stack applications where he did like the MERN stack, as I like to call it, where it's like MongoDB, Express, React, and Node. And those
Node.
helped
Yeah.
me understand backing even more, because he went over those topics in depth more than I got out of the Clever Programmer course. And that lit the fire for sure. And from there, ever since, I've been able to help people build their very own full stack applications and build my own, which has been so much fun. Like being able to bring those applications live is always a great feeling. Being able to actually get it hosted live after for the final product to display to everyone, it's always fun to be able to set up the front end, back end, and get that out live, because it's just a really fun process. Like sometimes, yes, there's some stressful moments, like say especially if you have deadlines, stuff like that. You might have a little bit of stressful moments, but overall, as long as you get stuff done on time and you maintain your composure and just show your confidence, you will have and enjoy the whole process, and you'll never want to stop doing it. It's a lot of fun. So if you want to get into full stack development, Clever Programmer is a great channel to start off with, because breaks down. He even has crash course videos on HTML and CSS, I believe. So if you really want to get into the start, if you don't know where to start, Clever Programmer is a great place, especially if you're a beginner, because that's where I've honestly learned a lot of what I know. And because of them, I've been able to learn my stuff on my own. I learned stuff on the fly now, like for example, like React Native, maybe got some assistance from like watching the videos that Clever Programmer posted, but other things like some other random topics like SCSS, like it's just a souped up like CSS. I was able
Yeah. Yeah.
to get a grasp on that on my own.
Preprocessor. Yeah.
So right, so once you gain that confidence of learning, you'll be able to start just go for it without any hesitation, and you'll just pick up things. And that's how I've been able to learn all that I know now about full stack development.
Yeah. That's the thing. Like, that's what like and great learning journey, a roadmap to become a full stack developer was really and a great session. And like apart from this, okay, rather than this, like this was a part of like just a learning journey or a roadmap. But apart from this, how social media presence help you? Like it's an like big point, like a social media like LinkedIn, Instagram. So how did they help you? Like having a social media presence, what's the information and like what's the info of that? Like what's the helpful that of that? Like you can tell.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. So social media, like lot of people back in the they don't really have this kind of luxury of social media, and social media is probably one of the best ways to market yourself because everyone uses social media. I mean, on any platform, and really got influenced to set up my own Instagram by being part of Profit JavaScript group and started posting my own content, which attracted a lot more people to view my content, and I've actually landed some clients from there, helping people with some of their problems. And it really creates a good presence for yourself because it really allows you to show to people who you are and what your passion is. Like you show them what you love to do and how you can help those with the same kind of passion get the job done. Social media is a big presence that's given me more opportunities, especially like on LinkedIn. LinkedIn's another great platform that's slept on by a lot of people, and especially in the world of business, if you want to really market yourself out there to get more opportunities, LinkedIn is the absolutely one of the best platforms for that because it's geared for business and optimizing your profile. So like making sure you have a good image of yourself and a good banner and a good profile summary, things like that will go a long way. And especially posting content showing your passion, it's gonna combining those things has allowed me to get opportunity job offers, freaking other clients and projects. It's a really, really good place to get started on as well. So making sure you have a social media presence on a lot of the main platforms is good. So like really good to have uh, a presence on Instagram, big platform everyone uses. Twitter's decent. Twitter's one I wouldn't stress about, but it's also a good one to have. Um, Facebook and a couple of other ones. LinkedIn for me is the one that really hits home, especially if you're trying to get a job and find more work. It's a great place to kind of show your passion and allow people to be like, this guy can get the job done. Let me contact him and we could discuss further details. And that's like one of the best platforms to do it. And it's allowed me to do a lot more as well. So it's very, very important to have a social media presence. Everyone should, like, even if you feel like you might not, because being a developer, it's so much more than just coding. Being able to develop a presence for yourself online is really, really good. That requires showing you have good communication, that you lead by example, and that you'll be someone that can oozing that confidence. Things like that are very, very key to being really successful on the social platform and being able to give yourself more opportunities while also providing other people value.
That's so important. Like this thing was like
Yeah.
really true. Like having a social media presence is really true. Like it's a big opportunity to get a client or something like that. Like for if you are a mentor, then the social media presence like LinkedIn is a big opportunity. Like all are moving towards LinkedIn because why? There are also some job opportunities coming. Like
Yeah.
what's my suggestion is to all the audience that are watching over here. So like if you have done projects, okay, if you have done projects using Stack or backend or front end, you should post the 30 seconds video or 1 minute video on LinkedIn showing that like I made this, I made that. Then what
Yep.
will happen? The recruiters, the hiring managers will see that video. Oh, so this guy is
Mhm.
like very brilliant. He is making like this projects. He is making this much great. So we should hire him. Like we can get more job opportunities or a client from LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is a base social media presence
Yep.
having over there. Yeah, that's
100%.
what.
Priyanshu is another really, really like he's probably 10 years younger than me. That kid knows how to use that platform. He's another great guy. I recommend talking to. Like if you haven't, Matt, that kid is very, very inspiring and knows so much. Very, very good on the LinkedIn platform. He really knows how to optimize it, and it's allowed him because I've talked to him a lot. He's landed a lot of clients at the LinkedIn platform and gotten opportunities off of that alone because he knows how to post valuable content. He knows how to provide what people want, not just what he wants. Like, I mean, of course, post what you want. Like, this is something you're doing, but also making sure in return you're giving people value by what you're posting is going to help drive you a long way. Instagram is a great place too. Rishi, he's a guy that's freaking an expert in landing clients. He's landed 100+ clients. Like that guy, like if you want to talk to someone who really killed it in this game so far, Rishi's the man because He's landed hundreds of clients. He's helped students on like 14K freelancing projects, and it's crazy how much stuff this guy's done. Really great, very highly energetic and passionate about what he does. It's what the heart of it all is. If you're not passionate about this, it's not going to show in your content, and that's going to drive people away from you. You gotta have a passion for this. You gotta show people that you love doing what you're doing, and that's what's gonna really make or break you as a developer and having a social media presence. Okay, I
Yeah,
think
Yeah,
Darshan.
I
I
know.
think he got kicked
yeah,
from the chat right now. Okay.
yeah. I think so. His network, his I mean network, he'll join again.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So like
Yeah, yeah. So I think so.
yeah,
LinkedIn is better for like doing business communication or like business stuff.
Yes.
And if you want to
Mhm.
post, if you want to post your thing, like if you want to showcase your projects or if you want to showcase your own thing, like yourself into, so Instagram is good for that. Like your
Yeah.
personal brand, you can create your personal brand on Instagram. It is good for that. So yeah, LinkedIn is
Exactly.
for business and Instagram is usually for personal branding.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
uh,
So.
yeah, yeah, go
Yeah.
ahead. You can go ahead.
Oh, it's all right. What were you gonna say?
Okay.
Did you have a question?
Yeah, no, no. Like, how important are writing blogs and showcasing your knowledge via that? Like, is it important to write blogs on a particular blogging website, or you should make your own like your buy domain and start writing blogs?
Okay. So blogging is also like is a really great way to show your knowledge. Like you could like Rishi's done it. It's what really helped him get out there too. Sony, all these guys. Blogging is a really nice way of kind of like being able to. It's like a lengthier and like more detailed, like almost Instagram post where you could share your story related to what you're talking about, and it can really put yourself out there. It's helped Brucey gain traction, especially when he's posted about like how he got his job. I think he actually does work for what is working for LinkedIn himself, and he posted his whole story, and it really helped him gain a lot of followers and traction because people are like, damn, this guy knows how I feel, and he's able to land a job, and I can do the same thing. I should keep listening and following this guy so I could keep up to date. And that blog was a big part because it really allowed him to share a story. Like in Instagram posts, you can share some details, but Instagram posts you can't really make very long because Instagram posts a lot of people just look for a few seconds. They're not gonna stay like a whole 20, like 10, 15 minutes reading the story. So making a blog is a great way if you want to share your story, if you want to share something more in depth. Medium. So Medium is a great free one. You don't have to spend any money to get set up
Yeah.
on. You could post as many blogs as you want on that platform. Probably the best. That's where Rishi got on. Probably the best blogging platform. There's a couple of others that are all right in a sense, but not. But Medium is just one of those that's always been on top of its game with the blogs, and it's where I posted some blogs of my own. And I always love creating blogs. I'm definitely gonna create more and update you guys more on those. But blogging is definitely a great way. Like a lot of great developers like
Yeah.
John Salamez
Yeah.
in soft skills, like he even says blog. Like if you can at least make one blog a week, you're on the right track because it's another great way to showcase your passion and your love and that you know exactly what it's like to be in a certain position. And it really is gonna help drive more opportunities for you because people are like, damn, I need this guy. I need him to teach me. I need him to help me with a project, this or that, whatever it may be. It will help really drive home and hit a lot of
Even like,
people personally.
yeah.
I believe the
Even I am a
Instagram
technical
posts are
content
for
writer.
limited content. Uh,
Yeah.
what happened?
Oh no, what was
What?
No,
it?
no, continue.
Darshan was saying.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I believe that
Continue.
Instagram posts are for limited content because usually
yeah.
Instagram is that social media site where people usually go for memes and fun stuff.
Uh
So
huh.
you have to post on Instagram minimal but powerful words you should use and you should post. Blog is something that people
Yeah.
usually go to get knowledge and stuff. So that's the
Exactly.
thing between Instagram and blogging.
Yeah, that's great. You notice that.
Yeah.
It's definitely it because that's what people on Instagram are looking for. they're like, some people probably look at my profile and think like, dude, this dude's a buzzkill. Why is he posting like content about like development?
Exactly.
And you don't worry about those people. You focus on the people that really want to view your content. And I just focus on amazing guys like you because you guys really have a passion and drive for this. So that's what continues to drive me to post content on Instagram. And I try to keep it short and sweet. Sometimes certain topics can't allow me to keep it super short and sweet because sometimes either way you have to be a little descriptive because if you don't, it might not make so much sense. But it's always good to try to keep it a little bit short just to keep for as long as people view your Instagram posts. Um, but yeah, if you really want to give people the knowledge and want to help teach them a lot, blogging is a great way because that's what a lot of people are reading blogs for or on a blog platform, like you're saying. They're there to gain knowledge. They're not just there to find some meme or something. They're there to gain some sort of knowledge, to learn something, to make a change in our lives for the better. And so blogging, great way to express your view in a lot more detail than what Instagram or like any of these other little social media platforms give you. Yes, they're great for building a great presence, but if you really want to share a lot more, blogging is a good place to get into.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So
I
I will
agree.
tell you like why people are posting posts on Instagram, because Instagram is the most active user. So
Yeah,
yeah, you can get traction from like posting your content or like posting in your same niche. You can get the traction from there too.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So
That's the thing.
I'm not knocking the platform for sure. Like, yep, people go on there for fun too. Like, I like look at the memes sometimes. But it's still great. Like what you're saying is to gain traction. For sure. Like it's helped me gain a lot of traction. Helped me get a big following, especially like working on the Freelancer Pro. With Rishi. It's allowed us to both gain a lot more traction and to really put ourselves more out there. So Instagram, I still recommend posting on. I have no doubt on my mind to post. That's something a platform I always post on as well. So you won't see any less content from me. You're gonna see me constantly posting. That it's still a good platform. It's still a good platform.
That's the thing. That's
Yeah.
really true. So like you were talking about blogging, like blogging and article writing. So like I just
Hmm.
want to tell that even I'm a technical content writer. Like I'm working with Sony Sangha. Like you all know that Papa React. So yeah. So I'm working
Yep.
with Sony as a content creator over there. And yeah, like that's
Nice.
a great community. Like Jay is there, Sony is there, Priyanshu is there,
Yep.
Srikar is there.
Priyanshu.
So yeah, I'm writing articles. Yeah, weekly. That's the thing.
Oh, awesome. That's really good practice because um for example at doing the freelancer pro, I besides like the technical learning stuff, I also help send out things like emails and a couple of other little special things for the course, like for like leading up to webinar, and it's allowed me to really develop good writing skills. And some people may not like it, but trust me, it's a great way to gain traction as a developer, knowing how to write and share your knowledge and share your stories. Like I've seen like a lot of Sony things, I think Medium blogs, which I think are really really great. Love reading them, and yeah, that's awesome that you do that because you're building a really good skill. On top of just the technical stuff, you're also building other important key skills. It's a way of learning how to communicate properly and other key skills that will help develop your confidence as a developer and help you gain more traction and gain more opportunities because you have more control, you know, all these different things, and it allows people to show that like you know what's up. I need this guy. So yes, blogging is very, very important, and that's awesome that you actually do that for Sony Senga. And yeah, keep up the great work because that's good, especially if you haven't started blogging yet. At least you could try. Like I'm definitely gonna get onto blogging more again. I love being able to write and share on the blogging platform, but share at least one blog a week, and it will definitely help drive your
Yeah, like that
presence.
I'm like yeah, that I'm applying. Like I'm just sharing one blog a week. That's what a true thing like you told. Like what I tag is that weekend technical content writer. Like I write articles on weekend. Like there are some ideas, there are some topic like on React content one on one. So I'm writing over there on weekly.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. There's always someone to write about, and that's awesome. But yeah, you keep that up, and it's a good way to get your a big presence, especially working with Sony. Shoot, that's
Yeah,
awesome. That's really awesome.
Sony is a cool man, like Papa React. So no words about Sony. Sony Sangha, damn sure, he's a great man.
Yeah, 100%. That's why I learned all my React stuff. If it wasn't for him, I probably know nothing about React right now. But yeah, great
Yeah,
guy. Really, he's also. That's what I love about all these developers, like Sony or like Kazi or Nas. What makes them so good and so much fun to work with and learn from is because they actually love what they're doing. I see some people working their jobs and like absolutely hating it, and it really shows, and it makes it really hard to work with that kind of person because they're very negative and toxic, and it's just not fun. You want to surround yourself with people who are going to be there to push you, people who have the same passion and goals in mind, or not necessarily the same goals, but the same passion in mind to achieve very similar goals. And those are the kind of people you work with, and that's great. You work with Sony, for example, working with Sony or working with like Rishi or anyone. It doesn't even have to be like Rishi or Kazi or not any of these specific people, but as long as it's just someone you know is passionate and will help both of you grow, that's all that matters. So that's a good.
that's the thing. Like that's all thing is matter. That's true thing.
Oh
That's very
yeah.
true. So like, what are
A
you
lot of
currently
people
doing?
would
Like
say
this was
that
just in
you
topic.
are right about. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So currently, right now, still doing a lot of the wise on tutoring. I still love doing that and helping a lot of people. I do that. Currently working on some freelancing projects right now for some clients, and then also biggest thing I'm doing right now is helping create the Freelancer Pro course, which we've been posting a lot on. We've actually hosted a webinar last weekend. It was
Yeah, yeah,
Saturday.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, right. And we're hosting another one this Sunday. And
yeah.
yeah, that's been what a lot of what we're doing so far. And soon you'll see more content to come related to that, especially sometime next month. As I'll say right now, we gotta get a couple of other things configured, and then everything will be good to go. We're just prepping up a lot of things right now. But yeah, Freelancer Pros, definitely it's a big one. A lot of stuff to do, but it's been a lot of fun working on these different things because it's just more than the technical stuff. There's so much other things like writing, right? Make the talking on the webinars and everything. So you're developing a bunch of other skills that you think a developer normally wouldn't have to. But in this world, knowing how to communicate things like that, knowing how to write, is going to help you and the clients. It's not just a technical. Knowing those other skills is what's going to actually drive the clients to want to select you, actually. Because if you don't know how to communicate, if you're just the person who just wants to do the coding, you're not going to get very far. John Salmez says it in his soft skills book. If you don't communicate, it's really not going to get you far. So being able to communicate through like your social media presence, blogging, writing emails, stuff like that. Any of those forms really helps you hone down the skills you need. And how I've been able to do all this stuff so far. If it wasn't for that, I probably would not be doing like the Freelancer Pro course, or I wouldn't be a good tutor at all. People would want to avoid me at all costs because I don't know, I'm too shy. Like you gotta be able to get out of your comfort zone and really, really be able to get into communicating, which is as a developer right now, especially if you're going to get into freelancing, you're the one who's going to be doing the talking, not your boss, not anyone. You're the one who's going to be trying to sell this client, letting them know, like, I can get the job done. When can I get started? So you got to make sure to drive things like that.
That's
And
the thing.
yeah, so it's very, very important to have those kind of skills because all around when it comes all together, it's how I've been able to do all the stuff I've done now. If I haven't been able to communicate properly and show that, people would not want to work with me. So still really, really good to be able to communicate. Like, for example, like recording videos, like you were saying, like talking about a project you did. Things like that will help build that confidence over time and really get you out there.
Yeah.
That's really true thing.
Not
Like
just the
having
like not just the technical skills, but also the soft skills are very important for a
Yes.
developer. Or if you are in a company, and if you are leading that team, you have to like show that what ideas you have, what things you have to do in this project. So you need a very good communication skills to do that. And so if you want to do
Yes.
freelancing, soft skills are the most important. Like
Mm-hmm.
technical skills are also other, but soft skills are very important to get a freelancing client.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, soft
exactly.
skills and
Exactly.
technical skills. Yes, that's the thing that you should
Mainly,
have as a
yeah,
developer, as a content creator, and an entrepreneur.
yeah. The
Exactly.
main
Those
thing,
are
I
definitely
guess,
so.
is that you should display your work. Whatever you have done till now, so that you can get clients. You can, show like what
Exactly.
you're capable of, like your level of, the coding skills you
Exactly.
have. Or else if you don't, like, I know a lot of friends who are freelancing, but they don't, post stuff, or they don't have that extrovert personality, and they lag behind over there. They're amazing coding skills, or the any skills I'm talking about. It is amazing, but there's something like, you have to be extrovert, you have to go out, you have to talk, you have to have that skill, soft skill, there only you can move ahead.
Yeah, exactly. Because the technical will only get you so far. I mean, it's a good part. Like, I mean, you got to make sure you actually know how to build an application, but being able to communicate that is what's gonna help make or break you. That's what's gonna help you make the money. Like, especially if you want to start generating income, if you can't communicate, there's no way people are gonna want to pay you because they want to be able to work with someone who could communicate with them on exactly what they're doing. Like, for a tutoring client, I'm the one that does like the talking for the whole like time I'm on there. Like, they're not the ones teaching me. I'm the ones who's helping them. I gotta be able to communicate that to them, laying them how to do this, that, and trust me, doing
Yeah.
that, it's very, very satisfying helping people and seeing them get pumped up, figuring out the solution, because it's a big motivator, things like that, and that's why you should learn how to communicate because it's really going to allow you to get your point across better, and you'll get so much better results and so much more motivation out of it. So learning how to your soft skills, like read John Thomas soft skills. I think I don't know if there's a free PDF, but if you're able to get it, one of the best books talking about exactly why soft skills is one of the most important things to have as a developer, probably even more than your technical. You still want to have both, but soft skills is something if you haven't started focusing on yet, start focusing on now.
That's what the thing. This was a really great podcast with Daniel. Like he told about the soft skills, having a social media presence, and like roadmap to become a full stack developer. How he became a full stack developer with his amazing journey, like from taking from like front end to back end, from success coach as clever programmer to wise and tutor, helping people to code, and conducting some webinars like freelancer pro webinar, helping people to code and helping people to get land a job as a client. That was a really great broadcast, Daniel bro, and that was really great. Like I have no words to tell. Like this was a really informative session, with informative webinar, and
Yeah,
so over to you guys now.
Oh yeah, it's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was a really
Yeah,
fun.
it
it
is.
Like
was
that's
amazing
what.
to talk with people who
Oh yeah,
understand, because coding is
yeah,
something that people
Yeah,
usually don't understand. You cannot, you can only talk to those people who are into programming and stuff.
Yeah, that's what.
yeah,
yeah.
exactly.
I,
That was a really great webinar. So, do you have any questions, Tanmay and Pranav, to ask Daniel? You can really
Oh
ask.
yeah,
Um, yeah, yeah. So actually, in India, what we have in the college, we are taught like very old languages or like very old technology, like C or C plus plus. So, what do you think? What's the different in your country or like in your city? How you are taught like old languages or like new technologies?
okay. So college, that's like a whole other story. I could talk about. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
ever heard.
Also, I saw your I saw your podcast with Priyanshu, and I know like
Okay,
your yeah
yeah, I was
knowledge
about
about.
to bring that up. Yeah. So talking about that, college is great for other things. Like, I mean, technology wise, I mean, it's all right. Web development, it's so it always progresses and changes. It's constantly evolving, and college curriculums can't really keep up with the constant change. It's hard to constantly update the curriculum to keep things up to date, which is where, I mean, colleges will give you industry experience because it's a great access to entering at a lot of big tech giants, whether it be like any of the FANG companies, stuff like that. It's a great access because you're a college student and you'll develop more experience out of it. But it's not, you don't need college. Like, to get where you are. Like where I'm at, I didn't get because of college. Like I dropped out of college because I realized it wasn't for me. It's a big question for a lot of people, because there's a lot of people who specifically go to college for development and they come out still jobless, things like that, and not knowing where to get started when these colleges should have been teaching that in the first place. And that's the one thing I realized with college, and I realized I'll be wasting too much money for what I'm going to be getting out of it. And I'm like, you know, it's a very hard decision to make, dropping out. It may seem like a crazy decision, and it is, but dropping out was probably the best decision I could make, because it's allowed me to focus so much more on my goals, and it's allowed me to actually accomplish what I want. I've been able to gain all these great opportunities, creating an income for myself from the tutoring and learning so much more than college ever taught me. So being a part of Profitable JavaScript, I learned more from that course than I ever did from college. And trust me, like, well, I mean, college is still all right, like, for like access to some more industrial experience. Like if you're trying to look at more easier access, college might be the gateway to that. But like you said, you'd be learning outdated technologies that really are kind of starting to fade. Um, and you don't want to be part of the ultra, and you want to be part of the newest trend where they're looking for everyone learning the newest technology, like React. Like React
Right.
is the one right now, for example. It's a really probably the biggest framework or library that's used to build websites. And there's so many kinds of developers jobs related to like React, for example. And it's probably where you're gonna go. Like you don't want to be like, I don't know, like a .NET developer trying to apply for a React job, because .NET is still decent from what I know. I don't really touch that. That's just kind of giving an example. And but yeah, you want to try to keep up to date with the latest technologies and things like that. College is something that just kind of depends on the person. I mean, I knew it wasn't for me. This is something you should jot down, like especially if it's something you're thinking about yourself. Break down what you would feel like you'd get out of being in college or getting out not being in college. It just kind of depends on how you feel like you want to approach things. I personally, my own plan, I knew I didn't want college, and it's allowed me to do a lot more. College isn't what you necessarily need to be a successful developer. I'm not saying that you don't go to college. It's something up to you, because you can still get some valuable experience out of college. Maybe lacking in some areas, but I think the biggest thing about college is you still get access to more industrial opportunities than what people outside of college get, because in college you're given a little bit more credibility, to be completely honest, and you'll still get some opportunities for sure, but yes, they're very out of date. So when it comes to learning things, the best way to learn is on your own. I wouldn't recommend depending on the college system for that, especially technology wise, because like you said, you even know they're out of date, and you got to keep yourself up to date, which is what I've had to do, which has been a fun journey. And I've been able to still learn so much and be able to provide all sorts of value for everyone who sees my content, for the people I've created projects for my clients. So don't think college is what you need to do all these different things, because it's not. Like even like Sony, man who has a master's of computer science, I believe he has his master's in computer science. He even was like, if he knew the stuff that he knew today, he would have completely skipped on college. Like that guy realized, like, yes, he might have gotten a little bit of out of college, but he realized like that he could have saved so much more money,
Yeah.
learn more easily the more up to date stuff, without learning all the
Yeah.
different weird random crap that these colleges like to throw at you. I've seen some college curriculums, and it's a